Miscarriage of justice. Very simple words, but they often mean that an innocent life is destroyed to the point of no return. There are many forms this can take, but very few are as tragic as when a parent is found guilty of killing their child, even though they didn't do it. This is exactly what happened in Austria. Let's talk about it. It was the 28th of August in 2022. Everyone in the small town of St. Johann was sleeping. Everyone but the Aplers. It was 4 in the morning, and their 6-year-old son just couldn't go to sleep. Leon had a very rare SYNGAP syndrome. This caused him to have trouble speaking. He suffered from epilepsy and extreme insomnia. He usually woke up to 20 times a night, and every time he started screaming. That night, like many before, Florian, Leon's father, bundled him up and put him into a stroller to walk around the town and hopefully calm the child down. This usually always worked, but that day, it ended in tragedy. Florian pushed the stroller through the local park, which was right next to the Ache River. He had heard footsteps behind him, but before he could turn around to check who it was, he was hit with something heavy across the head, and he lost conscience. What happened afterwards will forever remain a secret. But the most likely case was that Leon climbed out of his stroller and walked towards the river. He had loved water, and it always calmed him down. That's why his dad took him there in the first place. He likely fell and was swept away. At 5:20, pedestrians found a still unconscious Florian and alerted the police. His phone and his wallet were gone. Leon's body was found 10 kilometers or 6 miles away, swept onto a sandbank. The little boy had drowned. At first, detectives looked everywhere for the man that had hit Florian. But after they couldn't find anything, they decided on a new suspect, Leon's own father. Their terrible accusation? Florian had staged the whole robbery and killed his son himself. They claimed the family didn't want to deal with their sick child anymore. They even accused him of bringing along his own bottle and hitting himself with it over the head. So, while the parents were still mourning their dead child, Florian was arrested and put into custody. And there, his life became hell. He was put into the general prison, where a child killer was even below a child molester. The other inmates constantly threatened the still grieving father, who now had to fear for his own life. For over 3 months, he was even forbidden from getting into contact with his wife or his 5-year-old daughter. The case went to court in July of 2024, and Florian's lawyer found many flaws in the police work. So many that the jury found Florian not guilty. The glass around him was never checked for fingerprints. In fact, the police just left it there. Florian's stolen phone was never tracked. And 2 forensic scientists made it clear that the wound on the back of his head was in such a place that he couldn't have hit himself like that. So after 552 days in prison, Florian was set free, but the stigma is still there. Many people still believe he did it, and the robber is still at large.